everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Strawberry Hill Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Simmons, and we are here at the Shop Cigar Lounge. If you haven't came to visit us, come and check us out. And before we get started, like I always start the episode, make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Make sure you follow us. We're on Instagram and now on Facebook, Mike on the Mic. If you haven't followed us, follow us on all those platforms. And here we go. And today, we got one of my dear old friends, Mr. Martin, Mr. C. Cervantes. We got the man of many nicknames.
Well, I hope there are nice nicknames.
Yes, nice nicknames. I know. We've been trying to get you on for a while, so I'm glad that this worked out and got you on.
Well, I'm happy to be here, Mike.
Yeah.
It's an honor. It's a pleasure to be here. Finally.
Yeah, finally. Like I remember you were one of the reasons why I thought about doing a podcast, because you started your own. That was back in the day.
Yes, the dog pod.
Not even not too far.
2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
With Vasquez and myself. Well, wow. I feel, I don't know, happy that I had some kind of influence.
Of course you did.
Wow. Wow. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
of course,
you.
man. So how you been, man?
Oh, I'm just happy to be alive.
Mm-hmm.
Just happy to be alive. You know, busy.
Mm-hmm.
But busy is good.
Busy's very good.
Yeah.
So what do you were riding motorcycles today? So you got a motorcycle too?
Yes. We had a motorcycle for a while. It's just a small bike, you know, just a Honda 1800. My wife rides a 1300 VTX Honda. So, you know, we just total around town. And
I got a Harley V-Rod that I never ride. I should get on.
Oh, come on, Mike.
I know.
We got to talk about this.
I know. Don't. Everyone gives me shit every time.
Well,
like, get on that bike. My thing is if I do ride my bike, I am never on the highway. I'm too afraid to get on the highway. I've seen too much stupid stuff. I'm like, I'm on like back roads or main street kind of guy.
And that's what we do, basically. You know, I mean, you always have to be on the defensive end, you know, because you have to like assume this person is going to do this, that person is going to do that, you know.
Yeah.
It is crazy nowadays to ride motorcycles, but it beats going to see a therapist. That's our therapy.
Yes.
You know, we love that. We love that. Nothing against therapists. I know they do their job and they do it well, but that's
everybody's
how
got their vices. Yeah. And that's a lovely vice.
Yes.
Getting out on the bike, just relaxing.
Oh, yeah. And we need to do that once in a while. So we got to talk about this, Mike.
I know. So
I hope Christine is listening to this.
Oh, I know. Well, we still got to convince her about getting this car, but we'll mention later on.
Oh, you mean the 49?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's still for sale.
I know.
Rudy?
You hear that? Yeah. Let's talk about the gang life a little bit. So you were in the gang for 12 years?
Yes, sir.
And so what was the reason why you got into it?
You know, being around it and you know, not knowing what to do with my life. That was, you know, something that I looked up to, you know, look forward to doing that. Especially how you see it on TV and movies, how the gang life is glamorized, you know, glorified basically, you know. So that's part of it, you know, wanting to belong, having the sense of belonging to something, you know.
Did you have, like, were your parents around at all? Or?
Yes. Oh, my mother, she's a loving mother, you know, but my dad was there, but wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know, but my mom has always been very supportive of me, a loving mother, you know, and those are the things that now I think back and it's like, wow, this is what I did to my mom.
Yeah.
You know, all the suffering, all the pain, you know, without even thinking, you know, being too selfish, you know, just thinking about myself, you know. So now being a parent is like, wow.
Yeah, it's completely changed now.
Yes.
So you did it for 12 years. So I guess, what was the turning point once you reached, like, you know, kind of, you're like, why am I doing this? Like,
when I cut the umbilical cord when my son was born.
And so that was it.
That was it. You know, I felt and the need to change, you know, and I did. I made a promise to my son out loud that says, "Mijo, I will do whatever it takes for you to have a better life." And the nurse looked at me, is like, "Man, you're crazy. He don't understand what you're saying." I just made a promise to my son, and I feel like I have kept my word, you know. But that was that was a turning point, to see my flesh and blood being born.
Yeah.
And I want him to do the same things that I did or be exposed to all that,
So was it just your son was born and you just said, pretty much I'm out. So what did that look like? Like you just kind of...
Well, it's not easy. You can't just walk away.
That's what I mean.
It's not easy. But you know what? I was willing to take a bullet for my son. I was willing to die for my son. I'm still willing to do that.
As most parents are. Yeah. Changes you. Really does.
Unconditional love.
I always tell people it's like you never know how that feels until you have your own flesh and blood. Like the feeling that like I will never let anything hurt this person or this kid of mine. Like I would literally die for this kid.
Yes.
It's just like you don't ever feel that way until you have it your own.
Oh yeah. Oh, I cried when my son was born. And the mentality is like, oh man, don't cry. We don't shed tears. We don't show any weakness. Oh, I did. I cried. It's just a very out of this world experience to see your flesh and blood being born, and he's a part of me, so that was it, that was my turning point.
So you went back and said, I'm out. And how did that get perceived?
Well, it's not always with open arms, things like that, but it was a process, walking away slowly, now I can say that I don't have much to worry about anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, that it's part of life and believing in God, that I'm a strong believer in God, and I know He's got my back. Yeah. He's protecting me in everything that I do. He's the one making things happen. I'm not.
So was it kind of leading up to that point where your son was born, where you're just like, I got to get out, or was it really just when your son was just born?
That's when my son was born. It clicked. It's like, wow, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And I'm not the only one. There's other people that have done the same thing, because we always say family comes first. Yeah. And that's my immediate family. So he came first, before including myself, So, yeah, that was it. I'm done. I'm out,
So how long did you stay in L.A. until you moved to KC?
Oh, wow. My son,
after your son was born?
My son was 8 years old. And my sisters had already moved here. It took them about 2 years to convince me to move here.
So what were you doing for 8 years in L.A. after you got out?
Working. Working, living life.
Was it hard to find a job like after that, or just?
No. I was working for a Chevrolet dealer. I started driving, the truck parts and, the parts truck. Yeah. Then I moved up to the warehouse, then front counter. So I was selling parts. I did that for about, before my son was born, 10 years.
Really?
Yeah. So I was already employed there, working for Curtis Chevrolet. It's no longer there, but yeah. So my son was 8 years old when I moved here.
You said your sisters were trying to get you to move here?
Yeah.
So why? They just wanted you to get you out of L.A.?
Yeah. And they did say, this is a much better place, a better life for your son. So I used to think, I know a lot of people are going to either laugh or they're going to hate me. I used to think of Kansas City, Kansas as a cattle town. Well, tumbleweeds
most
and,
most people do because they don't know any better, yeah.
Yeah, cowboys and Indians.
Kansas,
Yeah. But we came to visit a couple of times, and last time we visited was 4th of July, a year before we moved here. And just to see all the fireworks and everything that, goes around here, how safe it felt, and it's like, wow, this is really something. So we made the decision to move here. So it's been 21 years.
21 years.
Next month.
That's crazy.
And I love it.
Yeah.
This is home. This is home. I love every minute of it.
So you made the decision, you get up, you move from L.A., away from the gang life, take your son. It was just you and your son at the time?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes. That's a scary move.
Did
you have a job here yet?
No.
You just picked up and moved?
Picked up and moved.
Man.
I moved in with my sister at the time. and her husband was doing, my brother-in-law was doing flooring. And I learned the trade, so I did flooring for almost 5 years. Carpet, vinyl, you name it, you know. So that was my first job here.
Man. And so now you are, I would call yourself a community leader. So you go from doing all this, moving to KC, doing flooring. When was the point when you're just like, I want to really help the youth out, and because you worked at JDC and stuff, like, how did all this happen? Like, what? Because there's some time in between that.
Well, you know, I was part of my mentor is Father G. Gregory Boyle from Homeboy Industries. So, you know, I was with him for a while, off and on. You know, we had our meetings there and spoke with him many times because I was also helping the youth in LA. But this is
so you were
funny.
already doing something with the youth back home?
With the youth.
What were you doing back home? You said Homeboy?
Just go Homeboy Industries. And we used to go to juvenile halls. We used to go to camps, you know, detention centers, just talking to the youth, you know, about doing better for themselves. You know, so when I moved here and I met my wife, Jalinda, who is my rock, my number one, she was working pretrial services at the time. And Father G, my mentor, came to Johnson County, or I believe Wichita, to do, he was the keynote speaker. So I don't know if you remember John Stump working at Juvenile Detention Center.
Sounds familiar, yeah.
Well, he went to that conference and came back to work the next day and told Jalinda, man, I wish we had a Father G here. She goes, who? You know, Father Gregory Boyle. He's like, oh, my God, that's my husband's mentor. So I connected with John Stump, and I started volunteering in the Juvenile Detention Center.
Was that Johnson County?
No, here.
Oh, here.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, KCK. And there is a educational program in the facility. So the principal at the time asked me if I can start doing a part-time job, you know, mentoring the youth on a different level. And I say, yeah, you know, and next thing you know, they offer me a full-time job. So I've been working for the school district for 17 years now, mentoring the youth here in KCK.
That's huge. It's a long time.
You know, but it feels like it was just yesterday. I love what I do. I love my job. It's my passion, you know, to work with the youth, and hopefully we are making a difference in the community, you know.
Yeah. So what's always been, I guess, that bug in you that kind of geared you towards that? Like was it just like your upbringing, or was it just...
Well, you know, a lot of our youth don't have guidance. You know, a lot of our youth, even after they get incarcerated and get released, you know, they always say, I want to do better for myself. And some of them do want better for themselves and work on that. But it's hard when you go back to the same community where you grew up and everything is there. You know, you go back to the same environment. It's hard to change. Yeah. You know, so that was my main motivation, to guide them, to support them, to always be there for them. You know, don't tell them what to do or how to do it, but just to be someone there for them. Because a lot of times all they want is someone that they can sit down and listen to.
Talk to, listen to. Yeah.
And that's one thing that I learned from Father G. If you can sit down and listen, you will never be able to understand them and help them. So that's what we do. We listen. We just don't hear them talking. Yeah. We listen to them, to our youth.
So are you still working for the school district?
Full time.
Oh, man.
Full time. Like I said, I love my job.
Yeah.
I love my job. I love what I do. And until they fire me,
I hope that never happens.
I hope they don't, you know, because I believe that I'm doing the right thing and, you know, doing whatever it takes. So
you get into this line of work. What's been the hardest part of your job, I guess? Wow. It's going to be a two-part question, because that's the hardest part. Then we'll get to the most rewarding thing.
Well, the hardest part is Wow. There's a few things to that, not getting the support from parents that their youth needs. It is hard sometimes to get parents to engage. Not all of them, some of them, and some of the youth also. It's hard to not to convince them, but to help them reimagine their lives.
Yeah.
To help them to see that there's a better future, that there's a better life. Because it's so easy for us to do wrong.
Oh yeah.
But it's hard to do the right thing, and that's when we lose them. Because they go back to the same environment. So, it's easy to do wrong, but it's hard to do the right thing. And that's part of the hardest thing for myself to convince them or to help them really have that mentality and imagine, hey, I can do all this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I bet you that is hard. It's crazy that, like, the support, like, you would think more people would support you, especially the parents. But, I get it. Not all the time,
Another thing that has been so hard and difficult is to talk to parents after they lose their child, a child.
I was just about to say that. Like, what about the deaths that you experienced throughout the 17-year career you've had?
I think I lost, and I say I because I get to know them very well, about 21 young people.
Jeez.
Due to gun violence and drugs. And when a parent calls me and she's crying, uncontrollable, and says, he's dead, it's like, what do I tell the parent?
Yeah.
It is heartbreaking to hear a parent cry. I'm a parent, you're a parent. To see your child
imagine.
Lifeless, just laying there. It is one of the hardest things for me to do. What do I tell them?
Yeah.
What do I tell the parents? And a lot of times when it was a gun violence death, a lot of times I know the other party and their family. What do I tell them also? This family will get to see their son behind bars, but this other family will never get to see
their son again. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the most difficult part for me. To come up with the right words to say to parents.
So what's been the most rewarding thing that you've dealt with since starting all this?
To see them succeed, to see them graduate high school, to see them complete probation, diversion, house arrest. When we see them walk on stage and receiving their high school diploma, you can't explain that feeling. You can't.
It's like one of your kids. Yeah, I mean, you get so proud.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. That has been the most rewarding feeling and action that we have experienced. To see them succeed and believing in themselves.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it's hard to believe in yourself because you've been put down all your life, or you've been incarcerated. You will never amount to anything. Oh, you can't do this. You will never do that. But to see them start believing in themselves, it just is very rewarding.
So, you have any success stories?
Oh, yes, many.
You probably got many, yeah.
Many.
What's been one of your favorites?
Wow. I can say there is only one because they're all my favorites, all of them. Because that's a young man, a young lady that will not be back in the system, a young man or young lady that will continue on in the community being positive. So there's all of them. To me, they're very special. All of them, just to see them succeed.
And so you've started with Lowriders to Success.
Lowriding to Success.
Lowriding to Success.
Number 2 to success. Number 2.
Gotcha.
Number 2 stands for a second chances, another opportunity.
So how did you come up with this? Like, how did you? Because you started this. What, it's been
1 year.
Over a year.
1 year.
Yeah.
1 year. Well, yeah, a little over a year. We started in March of last year. So a year and 3 months. So yeah, it's like I said, it's my passion to help our students, our youth, and nobody was working with our young students after they get released from jail. So it's like, hey, maybe we can start doing this. So we have been able to graduate, I believe, 10 students, 12 students from the system.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they completed probation or diversion, and they're moving on. But we also have the prevention side. Some of our students are not in the system. They just need the extra hand up, the extra push. Hey, we believe in you. I know you can do all this. And that's what we're doing, to keep them away from getting into the system.
So what's the premise of the program, though? So they get there, and they're building the lowrider bikes?
Well, we provide them with a basic bicycle kit, right? So if they're in the system, you can't have any dirty UAs, no negative contact with the police, and work on your school grades and attendance. When they start doing that, then we provide them with a basic, another kit, bike part to customize their bike, whether it's chrome pedals or a different handlebar, seat, CC bar, whatever they want, but they have to earn those parts. Same thing with the students that are not in the system. They have to work on their grades and improve the school attendance. Don't get into any trouble at school, because I work for the school district, so I have access to everything that they do.
Yeah, you're like the ultimate dad.
Exactly, yeah.
Not only do I care for you, I also work for your school you're going to.
Yeah, so I can see everything that you do, so, and it's not just myself. I have amazing people, volunteers and mentors that believe in the program. We work very closely with the probation department, Judge York. She's a big supporter of our program, the whole probation department, and also community corrections and court services. So we work very closely with them. We communicate a lot, and the students know that. I'm not going to lie to you, PO, or the judge. If you're messing up, they're going to know you're messing up. Vice versa, they will tell me also, because we have the best of your interest here. We're not going to lie, because it's not going to help you if we lie.
So what do the kids get to do with the bikes once they're finished?
When they're done with probation, they get to take it home.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's their bike to take home. There's only 2 students that have stayed in the program after graduating, because they want to continue to work with the young people coming in.
That's awesome.
But they own the bike. They get to take it home. For people that don't know, we're on Facebook also, and we have our webpage, l2skck.org, and then you can see all the students that have graduated and all the things that we're doing as a village, as a group, as a mentoring group.
So how did you get into bikes? Because you've kind of always been into the lowrider bikes. Like, you just kind of just like a little hobby you got into?
Yeah. I have one that I have for many years already, and it's at the shop at the bike club, So, but see, it's like part of the culture also. Not just in the Chicano or Mexican-American culture. It's in the youth. They grew up seeing all this. The lowrider culture, the cars, the bicycles, and things like that. So that becomes the hook to bring him in. We also have a therapist that comes into the program.
Do you really?
Yes. So if they're having a bad day, they're depressed, they're sad, whatever, they have access to this therapist. And there is privacy. There's a room in the back. There is privacy.
It's a cool space down there. I went down there.
We love it.
Cool. Oh, yeah.
We love it.
Right down the street, if you guys didn't know, from here. I love seeing that you guys ride bikes. It's on Tuesdays, right?
Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I see you guys riding the bikes down the street. That's one of the coolest things. And all my members love it, too. They see
Thank you.
Yeah, it is. It's cool to see. Especially, it's cool to see all the kids that are doing it, too.
Yep.
So how many kids do you have in the program right now?
20.
20. Is that the most you can have?
Yeah, because, our space is not really that big. So I'm hoping that one day I can win the lottery and buy a bigger building or buy the building that we're in right now. Was a big shout out to Mike and Joni, our landlords. You guys are the
Good
best.
people, yeah.
Yeah, good people, exactly. And that's what it takes.
Yeah.
Good people to come together and work together. So I'm hoping that someday we can expand and have a bigger building, you know, because when 15 or 16 students show up, it gets crowded.
Yeah.
Plus the volunteers, you know.
How many volunteers do you have now?
About
do you need
6
more
or 7.
volunteers?
I don't need any more right now.
That's a good thing.
Because,
yeah.
you know, I mean, we can always use the help, but the ones that we have right now, they're amazing, you know, good people. And we don't have the room to bring, you know, 10 more volunteers, you know, because then we can walk around, we can work on the bikes.
I know that was one of the things I always had to deal with was when I did a lot of community work. And you always help me out too. It's like finding people to help. Because like everybody talks a big game until the day of, oh, I can't make it, or I can't do this, or yeah. And it's like,
you know, it's easy to talk the talk. It's hard to walk the walk.
it is.
You know, but that's when, you know, because the people that have been committed to our program, I trust them, you know, and I know that they'll be there. So I don't worry about volunteers showing up because I know that they will be there.
Yeah.
And, you know, we also have a life outside our jobs and different programs volunteering. So I know things happen. And they're good about telling me, hey, listen, I'm running late or I can't be there today, which we adjust to you know.
So I'm going to head back on your son and sons because they are both in law enforcement, correct?
Yes. One is biological, and the other one is not. But
It's your son.
It's you know we met him since we moved here 21 years ago. I came home one day and I see this kid in my apartment. So I was saying, "Who is this?" He turns around, "Sir, my name is Dion Coleman. Nice to meet you." Very well mannered, very polite, and. You know, he spent a lot of time with us. We went and traveled. He came with us, you know. His mom was a single mom at the time. So she allowed me to sign him up to play sports and, you know, do things with us, which we were very thankful, you know. So he's also in law enforcement now. I believe this is his maybe 3rd year, Overland Park Police.
Yeah.
And my son here, KCKPD for about 7 years now.
Geez, it's been that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 years, just over 6 years. But we're very proud of them, both of them. They are our sons.
So how does it feel being former gang member, you know, doing all that life, that crazy life in LA? You move back here, your son and everything, and your son and your other son are both police officers. Like complete 180 from your upbringing and what you were doing.
It is almost like out of a movie. Because you don't see this happening a lot.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, I tell people I used to run from the police. Now I run with the police type of thing, you know, because I'm with my sons all the time, you know. But, no, I'm very proud of them. I'm very proud, and I support them 110%, you know. And now I'm not on the outside looking in from what I did, but now on the law enforcement side and see what they have to go through, what they deal with, you know. And it's like everything, you know, there is good and bad in everywhere, you know, but we cannot judge people just because.
Oh, yeah.
You know. So, no, it's been an eye-opener. All his friends and the police department are very supportive of our program also. And, you know, of course, the sheriff's department also, you know. So, you know, it's been a good ride, but it's like, man, is this a dream or what?
It is crazy.
Because, yeah, we went from one end to the opposite end, you know. But, no, we're very proud of him.
Yeah.
Very proud of both of them.
Yeah. So I always ask this to people that have lived or from Wyandotte County. You're pretty much a transplant, so we're going to just call you. I am
a transplant.
We're pretty much call you from the dot. You're now accepted. But what is one thing you love about Wyandotte County?
Wow, the people are very easygoing for the most part, and it's a big city, but with the small town feeling.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows everybody.
And I always tell people you can throw a rock down the street and hit someone either you're related to or you know.
Yes, there's always a connection. And, we were welcome here with open arms, especially in Strawberry Hill. Having our bike club. I mean, I have nothing bad to say about Wyandotte County, especially Strawberry Hill. We were welcomed with open arms. And it's just an amazing feeling.
This area down here is special.
Yes, very special.
Yeah. It's about to blow up, too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people are now seeing like, oh, there's a lot of cool things happening down Strawberry Hill.
Well, look at the cigar shop.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you don't want to toot my own horn,
No, but this is amazing, though. This
I appreciate
is amazing.
it. But it takes people like you and other people to come out, support, and come in and fit the vibe.
Well, I'm a strong believer that it takes a village.
It does.
It takes a village to raise one child, to support one program, to support our community. It takes a village, and we are at Lowriding to Success. We're a family. We're a village, and I thank you guys for all the support.
Of
you
course.
also, you've been a big support.
I've been a big Martin fan for a long time. So
Well,
you ain't got to worry about me.
Thank you. No, it's been an amazing experience. It's been an amazing experience. One thing before I forget, on Wednesdays, the community help us provide dinner for the students.
Oh, really?
Yes. Volunteers, businesses, they provide dinner for our students because every Wednesday, some of our students may not have any food at home, and they won't tell us that. So we want to make sure that they get a good meal on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
And
Do you guys eat down there?
yes, we do, and there's never leftovers.
I was about to say I was going to come down and get something to eat on Wednesday.
Well, we can make you a plate and keep it aside for you.
No, it's all good. So, moved from LA, KC. We did all these great things. KCK, yes. There's one bad thing. One bad thing that just followed you from LA. That Raiders.
I'm proud.
Yeah. Just still proud, huh?
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
you know what? I don't hold it against you.
I'm
But
a football fan.
Yes, but you are very loyal, which is a good thing to hear.
Being a football fan and not a fanatic makes your life a lot easier. Because I know we had this conversation before. They don't even know that I exist.
Oh, no.
Why am I going to get all pissed off and mad about losing and whatever,
You know what's funny? Because I always try to remember that after a Chiefs loss. I'm like, they have no clue who I am or care who I am. So I'm getting upset over some grown man playing football.
Yep. Yeah.
And let it ruin my day.
They make millions of dollars and don't even know who the little man is around here. So, no. My wife, she's a Chiefs fan. We sit down and watch the games. Win or lose, life goes on.
Yeah.
That's just how we see life now. Life goes on.
So we can't ever convince you to come to
that will never
the
happen.
red side, not the dark side.
That will never happen. And I told my wife, make sure there is nothing in my coffin, red or Chiefs related, when I die, because I think I'll come back to life. And no, it's all fun.
You've been to Chiefs games, right?
Oh yes,
Okay.
yes. And you know what? Never had a bad experience.
Oh, no, yeah.
Never had a bad experience.
Most of the time you run into good people out there, even if you're wearing a Raiders jersey and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes you run into the drunk, obnoxious people, but that happens at every stadium.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And, I don't believe in that. I believe in going to any sporting event and enjoy with your family.
Yeah. So have you been to the new Raider Stadium?
Oh, yes, I have.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. What a place. What a stadium. And you don't have to be a fan of the Raiders to be a fan of the stadium. It is
Beautiful stadium.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So
and I know a lot of people are going to say that that's Arrowhead West. It is not. It is Raider Stadium. So
Well,
no, it is not.
Has the Chiefs lost in that stadium yet? I don't
But that
think
doesn't
so.
make you your own stadium.
Well, we've won more playoff games there too.
And that's fine, but still, everything is Raiders. No, I do want to go see the Rams Stadium, because that is built into the ground.
Yeah.
Is
That would be cool.
because it's so close to the airport. So I mean, I flew over it a couple of times, but I want to go see it.
So how many do you go to LA often? Like,
We're so busy.
Uh-huh.
I'll be going back in August, but just for a party.
So does some of your family still live back there?
Oh yes, I have tons of family, Mexican families. In case you don't know, we're big.
Oh yeah,
My
just like
grandmother,
black families.
for my dad's side, she had like 21 kids. From my mom's side, they're like 15.
Golly.
So yeah, I have cousins that I've never met in my life. Mm-hmm. I don't even know who they are.
So do you still? I take it you still have friends that grew up with you.
Yes.
Back in LA, and
Yes.
are they out of it and everything?
Some of them are. Some of them are. But I don't need to go and throw myself into the lion's cage. We just have fun and enjoy.
That's good to hear. So tell me this. So I guess, what is your 5-10 year goal for yourself, or Lowrider to Success, or anything? Like, what's your 5-10 year goal?
Wow. I one will be to still be alive.
Yeah.
And continue to do this program with the help of other mentors. And hopefully we can have a bigger building, or have the money to buy this building and just expand, because we love this neighborhood. We love this. Also, I would love to see more youth become mentors in our program.
Yeah.
Because, I'm 56.
You can't be doing it forever.
I can't do it forever. No. So we need young blood to be able to take over. My son, he's the vice president of the board. And I'm hoping that he'll take over with the help of other people. If I can't do this, but my goal is to still be alive.
Yeah.
To still be alive and healthy, to continue to work with our youth in our community and be a part of this village, this amazing village here in KCK.
Yeah. So what would you tell someone that is trying to get into the mentoring role, or wanting to help, youth community work? Because there's a lot of organizations, a lot of people that want to help, that want to get in, but they kind of fizzle out because they don't, they kind of, you know what I mean? Like they're not really truly invested, or they were in way over their head. I guess what kind of, because you've been doing it for a long time.
Well, I stopped trying. And this is what I tell the students. I tell them the same thing. Stop trying. Do it.
Yep.
Makes a difference. We can die trying and never accomplish anything. And the students will tell you the same thing. This is what I tell them. Oh, I couldn't do it today. I'll try tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, didn't happen. Oh, I'll try the next day. Stop trying.
Yeah.
Do it. And, as a business owner, that there's a lot of hard work and dedication that goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, a lot.
And I go back to my mentors, my volunteers. I'm not the only one doing this. I am the face of it. I'm the CEO, but without the village behind me, can never do it. Can never do it. Jalinda, she's my biggest supporter. And this for a fact. Having your wife being the rock and always having you back, it makes a big difference. But there's a lot of people in the community. Rudy, who you might buy the car from.
Yeah. You hear that, right?
And we also have a couple of parents that volunteer a lot. They come in every Tuesday and Wednesday. We go to car shows, they're there. We go to different events in the community, they're there. So, it takes a village.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes that a lot of us don't know or didn't know at the time. And I think that's part of the reason why a lot of people don't do it. Because, I don't get paid to do this. This is just a volunteer basis.
I tell people that all the time. If you're really trying to help the community and volunteer to do something, don't expect pay. Don't be doing it for the money.
Well, I have a
You're doing it for
full-time
the-
job.
Yeah, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. If
Yeah.
you're
No, I have
doing
a
it for
full-time
paycheck.
job. I could write a salary on the grant that we asked for, whatever, but I don't want to take myself to that level.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to feel like, oh, this is a job I have to do. Because like I said before, this is my passion. And I'm going to continue to do this until God tells me, hey, you're done.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, we don't get paid to do this. It's all volunteers, you know.
Well, I also don't get paid to run the Shop Cigar Lounge because I'm still working and pushing it.
Well, you're doing a good job
Well, I
here.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, what would you tell yourself if you could go back in time and tell that kid that was in the gang that, you know, making bad choices? If you could go back, would you tell yourself anything?
No, just to be careful. The reason why I say this because my past made me who I am now.
Yeah.
Not a lot of us have the same grace to say, I'm here, you know, because I lost a few friends to gun violence, you know, and they're no longer with us for the same reason, right? But I go back to being a strong believer in God. You know, He kept me alive for a reason.
Yeah.
My past made me who I am. So I don't think I would change anything, Mike. I don't think I would.
It's good to hear.
Because, you know, then I wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, I tell people that all the time because I get that question quite a bit. Like, do you regret anything? I'm like, I don't, because I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't make the good choices and bad choices in my life. Because, like, you learn from your good and your bad. And
Yes.
like I'm happy where I'm at now, and I don't think I would be here if I didn't go through all the trials and tribulations that I had to go through.
Exactly. And that's one thing, you know, our students, we relate to our students because most of us have been, did not make the right choices in life. So our students know that, you know, when we come and talk to them, it's based on experience. You know, it's not because we read it on a book or, we watch a movie and, oh, this is how it is. No, we live the lifestyle. So there's the direct connection, you know, to what they're dealing with nowadays.
Yeah. So before we end it, is there anything coming up that you want to plug out, like any events or telling people to come out and see? Or
We have different car shows that we go to every
gonna
weekend.
do one out here soon.
I
Gotta plan it out. Yeah.
We are going to, but we have a second annual fundraiser car show for Lowriding to Success, and it's going to take place. I'm thinking in August or first week in September. Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
So you know that's what one thing that we're working on right now. But we go to different community events. We are part of this community, and we will support our community. And if you want to have a car show here, you let me know.
Yeah.
You know, we can work something out.
So how can they find you on? You're on Facebook?
We're on Facebook, Lowriding to Success, KCK. And also we have a web page, L2skck.org.
And then can people donate or?
People could donate. They can money or a bike, sponsor a bike. They can.
Even businesses can do that too, right?
I'm sorry?
Businesses can
Yes,
sponsor
yes.
bikes.
We are a 501c3, so we're a non-for-profit. So, you know, if you need a receipt, we have receipts, you know, saying that, yeah, you donated to us.
Yeah.
Our doors are always open because we have nothing to hide. We have nothing to worry about. You want to come and visit, you know, you're more than welcome to. We meet on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 3:30 to 5:30. But we also have a new project that we're working on now, and it's already up and running, Pedaling Dreams. So we have little bikes for little kids that they can learn to ride a bike.
That's cool.
We have strollers for people that come around on Third Fridays. They forgot their stroller. They can borrow one and walk around with their kid. You know, we have different bikes for adults. You want to go and pedal around the neighborhood, you know, give us a call, send us an email, and we can work something out. You know, so
throughout all this conversation, I even forgot that you guys did Why Not Angels too. You do a lot for the community. If people don't know Why Not Angels, it helps out people in need that need groceries or bedding or coats or a little bit of everything.
Yes. Well, that was my wife's idea.
Yeah.
And I believe in her idea, and we have over 4,000 members right now with Wine Angels.
Jeez.
Yeah. Also follow us on Facebook, Wine Angels.
Yeah.
And everything that comes into our house became headquarters for Wine Angels. You've seen it.
Oh yeah.
So everything that comes to our house is donated. Food, diapers, eggs, milk, bread. Everything is donated. Meat. We have families that donate. The freezer full of meat.
Yeah.
So that was my wife's idea, and she retired almost 2 years ago, and she's more busy than ever.
Yeah.
Working Wine Angels. She's got a big heart. A big heart. Maybe
you both have big hearts.
We do our best, Mike.
Yes,
we do our best.
Our community is lucky to have you too. It's awesome to see,
and we're happy to be here. She's also a transplant.
Yeah, hey,
from Central Kansas.
All right, it's fine. I didn't know that, but Jalinda, I won't hold that against you. We'll accept it. She's been here long enough. You guys are both Wyandotte Countyans.
Oh, we love it. I
don't know how to say it, but yeah,
we love it here. We love it here.
Well,
we love it here.
Martin, it's been my pleasure, my friend. Like I said, it's been a while, but I'm glad you got to get on, man. It's been truly a pleasure, my friend.
Well, the pleasure is mine, and
nothing but success in the future, and all the good things.
Thank you, thank you,
and I can't wait to smoke another cigar with you here.
We will.
Yeah,
we will.
And talk shit and swallow spit. That's what Kango says here.
And also, keep us in your prayers.
Yes,
because we need prayers. Not too many people are working with the students that we're working with. And, they bring 20,000 different personalities.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's not easy. So we also need prayers, and we also have a drug counselor that comes in and talks to our youth about drugs. We lost 2 students to a drug overdose.
Yeah.
So, I have Narcan and the program in my truck everywhere because you just never know.
Never know.
Drugs are killing our youth, and, we're facing it head on. We're not going around it.
Yeah.
But keep us in your prayers, and
Good.
Hopefully next time we come back, it's going to be we have a bigger building.
Yes. We'll do this again.
All right. Thank you.
Martin, my pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got
the microphone got on the way.
Thank you guys for checking us out. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we will catch you next time. We out.
Goodbye, everybody.